Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our Google Classroom. This time, our topic is on theory of colors. How to choose a good colors that will suit to your design. Colors are all around us. Think about it. The bright blue in clear morning sky makes us feel alive and free. The deep purples and the reds in the flowers that bloom in spring evoke emotion of warmth, life, and energy. The pitch black sky at night arouses thoughts of mystery and seductions. Whether conscious of, of it or not, colors evoke a whole range of emotions in us that many times lead us to either enjoy a certain setting, feel drawn to a particular product, or even reject a specific idea. They work at subliminal, almost visceral level that we oftentimes take for granted. Imperative for anyone who strives to become a better visual communicator or visual artist to familiarize themselves with the basics of color theory and how to choose the most effective color schemes for presentations, infographics, and other visual content. To help you in your journey to becoming a DIY designer or do-it-yourself designer, we've compiled some useful tips for your choosing harmonious and impactful color schemes that have many power to move audiences to a specific actions. By the way, at the end of this video presentation, we will have an activity of making a color wheel from primary colors, secondary to tertiary. We'll do it. All right. The basics of color wheel for presentation design. Just like people are often judged by their physical appearance, so will your content be judged by the design elements used, many times even before it is read. This is why it is so important to know what color is actually saying to your audience. So let's get down to some color theory basics. The color wheel was the first model used to illustrate the relationship between different colors. The most basic of them are the primary colors, which are red, blue, and yellow. They cannot be made from mixing any two colors. As their name implies, they are basis of all other colors. So meaning to say, primary colors are original colors and can't be produced by mixing any colors. This illustration here is called a triad. And here is an illustration for secondary colors. The orange, green, and violet are products of mixing the primaries. Here in these illustrations comes the tertiary colors, which are yellow-orange, red-violet, blue-violet, blue-green, and yellow-green. So all in all, we have 12 colors in our color wheel because of the presence of the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. So here are the complete color or make that colors in your color wheel, the 12 colors present in your color wheel. You might be wondering now why there is no black and there is no white and there is no brown colors in the color wheel. Well, the answer is that those colors are not present in the prism that produces original colors. So this time we will differentiate what is tints, tones, and shades. What makes a tints, what makes a shades, and how you produce tones. So when a color mixed with gray, you create tones which are duller than the pure color. And when a color is combined with black, you have shades. These are darker than the original color. And if you add black, a little amount of black to original color at this point, you might be asking yourself, why aren't black and white on the color wheel? The uncomplicated answer is that black is the absence of color, while white is a combination of all colors in the color spectrum. What color means? What are the meaning of each colors that you see every day? Black is for power, sophistication, mystery, and death, while yellow is for intellect, friendliness, warmth, caution, and cowardice. Green is for life, growth, nature, money, freshness. White is for hope, simplicity, cleanliness, goodness, purity. The blue color is for peace, sincerity, confidence, integrity, and tranquility. Orange is for innovation, creativity, thinking, and ideas, while red is for love, passion, romance, danger, and energy. Gray is for authority, maturity, security, and stability, while violet is for royalty, luxury, wisdom, magic, and dignity. Colors speak volumes all on their own. Color is so powerful, in fact, that it can improve learning by up to 75% and increase comprehension on a subject by up to 73%, while warm colors communicate energy, optimism, enthusiasm. Cool colors send a message of dependability, professionalism, and peace. Within these categories, each color is associated with emotion concept. Depending on the cultural context, while red can mean passion and love in the West, in China it is associated with prosperity. According to the Smashing magazine, some of the most common associations made in the West include red is for passion, romance, and anger, while orange is for optimism, happiness, and energy. Yellow, happiness and hope. Green means fertility, nature, and abundance, while blue is for professionalism, calm, transparency. Purple for luxury, royalty, and creativity, while black is for elegance, mystery, and darkness. How to combine colors? Now that we've gone through the basics of the color wheel, we can go through the process of creating different color combinations. And to do this, we must first learn the different classifications of colors depending on their placement on the color wheel. What are warm colors? For example, the warm colors on the wheel are the reds, oranges, and yellows. Cool colors on the opposite side of the color wheel are the cool colors. These are the greens, the blues, and violets. Complementary colors. To create complementary color combinations, you must select two colors that sit opposite each other, such as the warm color like orange and cool color like blue. The split complementary colors. These are comprised of two adjacent colors and another complementary colors. These are split complementary color combinations. Triads and tetradic color combinations. These color schemes used geometric shapes to choose the combined 3 or 4 different hues from the color wheel. Triad and tetradic color combinations are shown in this chart. Please observe carefully. Analogous colors. These colors sit next to each other on the color wheel. Try to observe the composition of colors in the color wheel and try to find analogous colors that you know. What are monochromatic colors? This type of color combination is made up of different tints, tones, and shades, but of the same hue or colors. Here are some monochromatic color combinations in this chart. How to choose the ideal color scheme? Besides looking to the color wheel to select your color scheme as covered above, there are a few other handy tips to keep in mind. The high contrast rule. For one, it is important to create a high contrast slides to achieve the highest impact possible. For example, if you have a dark background, then it is no-brainer to use a lighter font. Or if you have chosen monochromatic color scheme, you want to accentuate important details with the complementary color on the opposite side of the color wheel. It is important to understand that contrast is not simply about choosing different colors, but selecting those that will create the most visual interest when placed side by side. If you chosen a monochromatic color scheme, you want to accentuate important details with one complementary color on the opposite side of the color wheel. It is important to understand that contrast is not simply about choosing different colors, but selecting those that will create the most visual interest when placed side by side. And since pure colors or pure hues all have the same levels of saturation, which is the intensity of color and value, how light or dark a color is, creating a combination with only pure hues will result in an impressive scheme. This is why using varying tones, shades, and tints is so vital to an effective presentations. For example, in the color scheme below, the use of different tones, shades, and tints makes this is a very eye-catching combinations. According to the Smashing magazine, an easy but effective way to create your own high contrast color is to select varying tones, shades, tints of a specific color, not pure hue, and then select another pure color at least 3 spaces away. Here's a rule of the thumb. Keep it simple, guys. When choosing a good color for your design, for your visual graphics, you probably heard this before. But when it comes to design, less is usually more, less is more, simple is beautiful, Try to keep it simple and don't use too many colors. In general, 3 or 4 colors is sufficient for presentation. The 60, 30, and 10 rule. According to the award-winning presentation company Ethos 3, an easy way to create a balanced presentation is to stick to the rule of the 60, 30, and 10. This means that you've chosen 3 colors as recommended above. Then you should devote 60% of the space on your slides to the primary color, 30% to the secondary, and then 10% to the accent color. Again, 60, 30, 10 rule is devote 60% of the space on your slides to primary colors, and then 30% to secondary, and then 10% to all other accent colors. Right guys, ito yung inyong activity number 1. Ang gagawin nyo ay kumuha kayo ng 3 sheets of white bond paper. It can be short, pwede na rin yung long, as long as nasa sentro or center yung figure na gagawin. Okay? Ito yung ating figure number 1, ang tinatawag na primary colors. Okay, ang gawin ay kumuha ng kompas para makakuha ng eksaktong bilog. Alam niyo naman paano gamitin ng kompas, guys, di ba? Kunin ang center, pivot. I-pivot ang kompas sa center. And of course, gagawa kayo ng triangle, kaya tinatawag yan na triad. At sa bawat corner ng triangle ay doon mag-drawing ng isang slice ng primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. At ganito yan guys, para makuha ang eksaktong angle ng slice ay dito mag-umpisa ang ruler sa gitna, and then project diyan, dito rin project. Kaya ganyan ang itsura niyan, galing sa center ang projection para makakuha ng eksaktong ganyan na angle of itong tinatawag natin na primary colors. Okay, ang next page na gawin ay ito naman. Ito muna. Ang tinatawag natin na secondary colors. These are violet, orange, and green ang nadagdag aside from the primary 1, 2, and 3 ay merong nadagdag na 3, the orange, the violet, and the green. So all in all, there are now 6 secondary colors na ang 3 ay galing lamang sa mixture ng triad, itong 3. At dahil na-mix mo ang red and blue together, mixing it, ang lalabas ay itong violet. And then, kung i-mix natin ang yellow at red, ang lalabas ay ito orange. Ganon din dito sa yellow and blue, kung mix natin together, ang lalabas ay green, kaya magic. May lumabas na magic. Ganon din ang paggawa guys sa bilog. Yung iba plato ang ginagamit tsaka platito, kumpas lang ang gamitin nyo. Kunin ang gitna and then project lines, ganyan. Para makuha ang, yan, project nyo dyan guys. Ganyan, gawin natin straight. Project ang mga lines dyan. Para makuha ang eksaktong angle nito, nitong sides. Ito ay truncated, tinatawag yan na truncated na figure. Truncated means yung paganyan siya, parang wedge. Ayan. Ginagamit yan sa Roman arc. Tinatawag na bussures. Ngayon, ang pangatlong page or pangatlong sheet na gagawin ninyo ay itong kompleto na color wheel consisting 12 colors at meron siyang isang value dito. Itong area dito guys, or itong mga kulay dito ay match tinted, or meaning to say hinaluan sila ng puti para maging lighter sila compared sa original color, or tinatawag yan na hue, original hue. Ngayon, pag dagdagan natin ng puti ang original hue, ay magiging siyang light, magiging light ang color pag dinagdagan ng puti. Kaya ganyan ang nangyari. Ang gawin nyo dito guys sa number 3 sheet, ito yung number 3, ay dagdagan nyo lang ang example, itong pula ay dagdagan nyo ito ng kunting, add a little drop of white colors. Ganun din dito, dagdag ng puti kunti, kaya ang lalabas ay light orange, light yellow. Ayan, nagiging pastel, papuntang pastel colors. Kasi dinagdagan niya ng puti, lahat yan. So yan ang inyong sheet number 3 sa ating activity number 1. Ngayon, gusto niyo pa bang mag-aral ng architecture or ng fine arts? Kasi dito dapat creative ka sa paggamit ng colors. Merong colors na kung mapili mo ay napaka-epektibo siya sa design, sa visual design, even in interior design and in exterior. Applicable yung pagpili ng eksaktong color. Example ng pintura ng inyong interior, ng inyong club, ng inyong disco house, ng inyong bahay bakasyonan. Kaya colors are very important. Okay guys, I'll see you on my next videos. Our third lesson will be coming up in a short while. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, and also make a comments, for your comments on every video serves your attendance. Thank you so much.